Good evening and welcome to the Hobby Corner. How'd you do? Hope you're well. Hope you're great. It's me, Kev, as always. And today is Friday. It's our hobby hangout at our brand new fixed time of 9 p.m. I know we're only a couple of minutes late, but you know what it's like when you got a live show. You gotta get that 5 minutes over. Build the anticipation. But anyways, I'm glad you're all here. It looks like you've got a fair few people already waiting, so that's great. I'm just going to quickly have a look and see who are the early birds, and then we'll introduce our very special guest. So starting right at the top, we got Total Nova. How you doing? We've also got Mark Fraser, Void Captain Bazooka, Scroggy Mini Painting. How you doing? We also got me in the chat. Hello. Chat skipping. There we go. We got Sergio Calvo. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. And we got Blackthorn 182. Sorry, it's a bit small at the moment because it's a distance. Hope you're all well. Thank you so much for being here. Big love to you all. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Monday and Friday we do live streams at 9 p.m. and of course every week I try and get a video or two out depending on what's happening, or if I even get any hobby done. So Mephos as well in the chat. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Yeah, without further ado, don't forget to throw down a like for our special guest, of course, who is Mr. Ross Graham from Fauxhammer. How you doing?
All right. I don't know if anyone can see me yet, so
Yep.
Can we tell them the behind the scenes stuff that's going off? Because I'm so confused.
He was busy playing Spider-Man and forgot that the show was on.
Not that. No, it's I like so you, as Kev's just explained to me how the internet works. I'm brand new to this whole video stuff, so I can't see Kev. I'm just talking. I could be. I've no idea.
Yeah. To save on the bandwidth and to have a smoother stream, I deactivated my camera on Google Meet. So you guys are seeing the camera that's linked straight to Streamlabs, rather than on the internet. So it's a little. Actually, I've got to go backwards. I slid my camera halfway onto the screen, put him on full screen, and slid that halfway on. Voila! Like a pro. There you go. So, yeah. All the shenanigans. Though
it's crazy.
It does mean I don't know, you might miss out on the community focus bit, which will be at 10 o'clock. So we got some fantastic entries this time. And oh my days, it's great. And I actually worked on a new intro for it as well, because I had one for the videos, but I thought I want to make it look kind of fancy. So all these, like all these special effects and filters and overlays that you never ever use on your editing software, it's just there. I thought I'll give them a go. So I just stacked them all on top of each other. For one more. Nah, that's too much, but I'm gonna leave it anyway. So we'll sort all that out later. I'm not going to bring the websites up just now because I don't want to jinx the internet. YouTube has been very temperamental lately for live streams. So big love to Spud, because yesterday he had Make It Orky and another young lady on as well. And literally 2 minutes into the stream, it crashed. And then another 3 minutes stream crash. They made it up to 5 minutes. And then on the fourth attempt, they finally got like almost an hour in, before it crashed, as they were saying goodbye. Big Friendly Wargamer, how you doing? Hope you're well. So, that's enough of my waffle. Would you like to introduce yourself to those who don't know who you are and living under a rock?
What? Do you not know who I am? No, I have actually said that before in like a real life situation, and put it this way, it didn't go down well. Who am I? I'm a guy who writes on the internet. Forgive me, I've got some Primaris tenants in building. I need to get them. So I'm a blogger. My name's Ross. I also go by Fauxhammer, which many people think is like fake Warhammer, but it's not. It's all about
this fake hammer.
Fake hammer, yeah. Faux as in fake.
Yeah.
When actually what it's all about is Well, it's the Fauxhammer, FOE hammer, like as in Glamdring, Gandalf's sword. Also, the ship in the first Halo game. What are you shitting about? What are you? I can't
Sorry,
see
I've got.
There's a delay.
There you go. Sorry, I was just dropping some bases down. I know it's that because I got the gain up. I should turn it down. Actually, I don't really need it that high. There we go. I hope the sound is good for everyone. We've got Underdog Painting in the chat as well. How you doing, man? So yeah, you were saying, after you're named after Gandalf's sword and a ship.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, and that's it. And I basically I write a blog. I've been doing one for 10 years. It started boringly years ago, just my thoughts. I mean, it was everything from like random stuff, like when I was learning how to meditate. I did pronounce that right, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All the way through to like, oh, the new Final Fantasy VII remake trailer. The real trailer's come out, and here's my thoughts and impressions on it. And then I think it was around the time my daughter was born. I was looking for a new job and various things. Ended up getting a interview at Warhammer World of all places for an IT job. I didn't get the job, but in doing research as to sort of what had changed in the last 16 years since I last went there, I came out with a new hobby and then started writing about that. And here we are 4 to 6 years later, somewhere like that. And yeah, like many of us, Warhammer and various miniature painting things have taken over my life.
So that's his TED talk done. Thank you for joining us. No, that's really interesting. You know what? I think there's very few people in the community who haven't applied for a Games Workshop role at some point.
Yeah.
I actually did work for Games Workshop for a small stint. Back when they were doing Become a Legend thing, where they were slowly changing over into one-man stores, and they needed more cover staff and they needed more managers in training.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a trainee manager for 6 months / cover staff, so I had to travel a lot of the time.
Oh wow.
But because of financial reasons and problems at the time, I just didn't make it through the 6-month probation, which was a shame. But I think at that time, yeah.
What do you mean? Like Games Workshop are heavily known to overpay their staff to ridiculous proportions.
Well, I mean, like it was essentially I had worked out, because where I was living at the time, I worked out how much it would cost me to travel back and forth from a particular store that I applied for, because the position was for the store in Windsor, and I knew exactly how much it was going to cost me and everything. And then the role that I applied for, they said, okay, this is going to be your home store, and then we'll send you out from here whenever we need to. And then they changed it over to a one-man store and put me in Reading, and of course that upped my expenses for travel. And yeah, there was a lot of confusion about whether or not I was covering there, because it's not a one-man store, it's a bigger store, so they have a few staff there. So there was a bit of confusion about whether or not they would help cover some of the travel expense as if I was cover staff, or if and it wasn't really their fault, because they had a lot of people moving around a lot of the time. They were a bit slow at paying out the reimbursement for travel.
Yeah.
And I think one time I was, as you do, I made full advantage of the discount. And the new Necrons had just come out at the time, so this was 7th edition, I think, when they they just came out all plastic stuff. They had failcast stuff, and I blasted like a fair amount on it. Not a crazy amount. I worked out I was fine, but because at that same time I was working more in that store than anywhere else, the expenses just killed me. And when I was covering another store, I had like literally pennies in my account, and I was like to the regional manager, hey look, I might have to borrow a couple of quid because there's no money in the till, because the only customer that weekend And I'm telling you, only one customer in that whole weekend came and just bought one pot of paint, so I couldn't
Oh
use
no.
petty cash. Um, so that was a bit of a pain. But the problem was, I was there only 2 weeks before, and I helped run my first event, and it was like a birthday, like a kid's
Oh, cool.
birthday. He bought a box. We were doing a whole thing. There was cake. Got his friends involved in building and painting and playing. It was amazing, right? And that was like, within the first 3 weeks of starting with them, and the following 2 weeks after that. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it wasn't 2 weeks before. It was like a month before. But anyway, the following 2 weeks after that, the store manager was like, "Dude, I don't know what you did, but you've made it really busy for me. It's really good. Sales are up and everything. It's great." Because I was sort of balancing that and new customers and stuff like that. I did a couple of intros as well. It was great. And then, a month later, like I was covering that, it was dead, and I was like, "Shit." But it swings and roundabouts, and I don't think at the time it was right for me, simply because of the issues that were happening. But that's not to say I might not work for them one day again, or apply at least. So
That's it. I mean, it's a dangerous company to work for, though, isn't it? Especially when you're invested in the hobby, because, like you say,
yeah,
there could always be those days where you sat there going, "Right, I could walk home in the rain, 10 miles, but I'd have 3 Land Raiders." So
yeah,
constantly having to work that out. Like I've spoke to quite a few staff, and like living in Nottingham over the years, I've known more than a few staff who work there. They've got hundreds, probably if not a few thousand employees in the Nottingham. I mean, somebody who lives on my street works there. You see her walking the dog in a Games Workshop hoodie, and I was like,
yeah.
hey,
There's a reason why it's advertised on the trams.
oh
Like,
yeah, yeah, without a doubt.
would you like to work at Games Workshop? Well, of course, it's like one of the biggest companies in the entire county. Like, why wouldn't you?
That's it. If only they'd pay their staff well, eh? But hey oh,
Well,
that's a
that's
discussion,
another
probably
thing,
for
isn't
a
it?
different time and a different channel.
Well, I'm, at the end of the day, I mean, who's to say who's getting paid right and who's not? I do definitely think that the staff in the shops deserve a bit more of a pay, because
Yeah,
I think they're on like national living wage plus
yeah,
bonuses if they smash their targets. But the amount of growth you have to hit month on month it can be unsustainable. And
yeah,
then of course you I remember you had like a logbook, and you had you didn't they were just introducing the whole system on the computer, but you still kept the hard copy of the book, and you could look at your sales exactly that time the previous year and see how
yeah,
the sales were, and you would be constantly trying to beat that previous year. It was a tough comparison to do, especially with some releases being more popular than others and that. Hey Adam
yeah,
Dodge, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Um, where did you get the wheelie bin mug? Um, so a really good chap who's also a content creator. Um, Goblin, he goes by. I want to get his name right actually, so I'm just gonna get the channel name up. Boom, 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 because he was a top lad, and actually he deserves some love as well. Um, where is it? I think he's called Goblin Crafts or Goblin Gaming. I can't remember which one it was. That's really annoying me now. God damn! I just heard the echo of that. It's Goblin Crafts. That's it. So Goblin with a GH. Goblin Crafts. Um, he
God,
dabbles here and there, but yeah, we were having a joke about aliens and wheelie bins, and like Void Captain Bazooka kept saying, like, mentioning, have I taken the bins out yet and all that stuff. I don't know why. It just became a thing, and all of a sudden, like, Goblin Crafts was like, yeah, you know what? I've seen this wheelie bin mug. Like, I'll give you the money. but yeah, I get it through your channel. I was like, okay. So it's kind of like the unofficial mascot, and it's a recycling one as well. So positive.
Knowing Mark, who asked that question, I'm going to help sort of get to the bit what he's sat there thinking at the moment, and tell me if I'm wrong, Mark. So where did you get it?
Amazon.
There we go. There we go. Answered.
Well, I had to do the story behind it, didn't I?
Oh no, I'm not slating the story. I'm sat there.
It's just so stupid, but I love it.
Mark's one of the mods in our Paint Hub and Mortal Ray. In fact, it was Mark that founded those groups with me.
Mod / troll.
That's it. Mod / troll.
Yeah, he mods just to trolls, just to troll.
But no, I can hear his brain ticking, going, "Where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? Oh, well, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it?"
Hey Adam Dodge, how you doing, mate? Andy Allen as well, and Lupus Canis, how you doing? Hope you are all well. Let us know what you're working on tonight, and also don't forget, if you're on Instagram, use the hashtag THCKev. If you're in Mr. Fauxhammer's Discord, then pop in the Imperium chat and post up your current issue 1 Imperium work. If you just built it, if you painted it, if you've been playing with it, whatever, post it up on there. Also on the thousands of posts that are spammed all over Facebook, just hop on there, post your pic. Or if you did it from the Indomitus box, we're not going to judge. But yeah,
let's just see them. Let's just get some inspiration.
Yeah, let's get the Royal Warden or the Lieutenant Primaris.
Well, no, just the Lieutenant. No, nobody likes Necrons, really, do they?
Ah, don't say that. That's not nice. He's been super busy telling everyone that delivery takes 2 weeks from Hashir on the group.
Sick saying it.
Yeah, don't you have it like as a pinned comment?
Yeah, Mark's done it. He's not allowed to pin the comments though in the groups because I use those spaces for advertising and getting people to my website, so he's not allowed.
Fair enough.
But no, we should definitely pin that one. But it's early days, like this was worse. I don't know if you were there for Conquest, to be honest, but the one for Mortal Realms, I think you came in early, and everyone gets this. Like when we saw the first part works, people who'd bought in to previous part works in recent years were explaining to us all how Conquest works, and then it was pass the torch. It was then my duty to pass that information on for Mortal Realms, and after 3 weeks of going, it hasn't arrived yet, I was like, oh, for Christ's sake, just read the sticky post. And we're getting there again with Imperium. So general rule of thumb, you're going to end up with, it's going to take a couple of weeks from the 27th when they start shipping them for you to get issues 1 and 2. But after that, you'll get the next 2 a couple of weeks later, but you'll end up probably with issues 3 and 4 after the shops get it, but 5 and 6 before the shops get it.
Yeah, and then eventually it'll start sliding back a bit to a point where by the end of next year, the shops will get it before you do.
Well, that was more. I think that was more. It should stay in that sort of 4-week cycle, so you should end up with generally 2 issues before the shop, 2 issues after. But obviously, Mortal Realms, we had the whole COVID situation where the warehouse got shut down after they'd sent stuff to shops.
But even if you discount COVID, looking at Conquest, right? If you do just 4-week stints in a year, you would end up with 13 deliveries in a year, but you only got 12 months, and the deliveries are done monthly, not every 4 weeks.
Nope, every 4 weeks.
So, no, that would mean that some months, like at least 2 of the months in the entire series, you get charged twice.
100% that's true. Yes, that happens. That is going to happen, and I've tried to explain that as best as I can on many of the posts that I've done. But again, I've got to the point now where I write so much for the articles. I comment so much on Facebook posts. I forget what I've put where. But yeah, that is the case. So they do ship them every 4 weeks. And you are going to come across at least one, probably 2 months, depending on how many Wednesdays there are in the month and where your sequence falls. You are going to get charged twice in that month. So, and it was worse with Conquest because the month that happened in, I'm sure they also bundled Warhammer 40,000 Conquest Art of Silver Templars or something
Oh
with
yeah.
in the same month. So that was over £100 layout in a month.
Yeah, that burned that really did burn a hole. And then like what was it? A month or two later, they were like, "Hey, look, there's a special price because we got so many extra of these boxes." And
Oh, at
everyone
the
was
end,
like, "Ooh, I'll take a few of those." Like, why wouldn't you? It was an absolute steal to begin with.
yeah, they released it for £15, didn't they?
Yeah,
It was crazy. Like I think it was 35 or 45, and I think you got 8 paints, you got a captain, you got five, just the normal intercessors, because obviously the box set of 10 just gets 10, two of the same sprue.
yeah,
Um, and then what is it? And then yeah, so you got five of those. You got the transfer sheet and a how to paint book, and I swear it was all £15. All of that for 15. So like
yeah,
you
yeah,
could sell the transfer sheet alone on eBay for £15.
exactly.
So and you're still left with 6 models, a paint guide, and 10 paints.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite reserved. I only bought a couple. Um,
Yeah, I only got 5.
one to sell to cover the cost of buying the others,
Well, yeah.
and then two for myself. Um, but I later on ended up selling the second one I was going to keep for myself anyway because they needed the money and free up the space, and I was never going to get around to doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it was definitely a steal. So
No,
yeah,
it's good. I'm surprised I've not seen or heard anything. I probably should get in touch with them. Like to me, like I'm kind of done with Mortal Realms now, but I've not seen or heard if there's something like that coming or even offered.
no, not with. No, I don't think they were going to do it with Mortal Realms because they already got the premium kits that are mini
Yeah,
forces. They don't need to then do another one like that. I think the Silver Templar one was the precursor to this style of premium kit that
yeah.
we ended up getting with Mortal Realms, and I'm far more happier with this. Though I do miss the one aspect that I really did like about the Conquest premium kits was the hard card mats.
Oh, the game mats.
Yes,
Yeah,
because the paper ones are just wank.
yeah.
Absolutely wank. And this is another reason why I'm sticking to 9 p.m. as well. Like it's too glossy to film on. It's so flimsy and everything like that. Well, the hard
Yeah,
card ones, it was sturdier. Like you could have part of it overhang on the table if you've got a small table, and it wouldn't fold over. Um,
that's good. Like I don't know if you've seen them, but with the well, Kill Team had one in, but also the Extremist edition of AOS and the Command edition of 40k had like a nice fold out, really nice printed card one. So
yeah.
I'm assuming it's the same as them. I never got premium with Conquest. I just didn't see the value. Although it has got some nice coloured dice, and I am always partial to some nice dice because I'm fed up boring white dice. Just
You've probably got thousands. Yeah,
um,
like you could shingle your driveway with it.
you know what? Don't tempt me. That's actually a good idea. I've seen people can do you can do artwork and stuff with them, can't you? So I might like you see people put like pennies on their kitchen floor and cover it in resin.
God.
God, my wife's gonna kill me. I mean, That's a bad idea. I'm not going to do it.
Right, I got a dilemma. What do I do?
What are you on?
So the unit champ for the Blood Warriors. Right, I could go with Gorax and Gorglaive. So like if you roll a 6 on your armor save, you basically punch someone in the face. Right, that's with the Gorglaive. Or I could go for a pair of Goraxes. And that gives you a reroll hit rolls of 1. That only benefits the unit champ though. You know what? I'd rather go with the Gorglaive, to be honest, because the stats are so much better. Oh no, sorry, Gorefist. Why am I talking Gorglaive? Sorry. So I could go a pair of Goraxes or a Gorax and a Gorefist. The Gorglaive is the two-handed weapon.
As a painter, I'm going to say, what looks cooler, go with that.
Yeah. I like the Gorfists, to be honest, but 2 axes do look cool. Yeah, I got a whole unit of 10 of those gits anyway, like all kitted up with Gorfists and Goraxes, and I've got another 10 with two-handed weapons. So 2-hand weapons, sorry. So you know what? Screw it. So let's have a look in the chat. Sorry, I've been a little bit distracted to you guys. So let's see. Ross needs to reinvest in a light.
Hang on. You're right. I had a bit of a problem. So I've been avoiding doing the YouTube thing for so long because cameras and stuff do my head in, just trying to get them all right. I like everything set up, ready to go, as it seems you have, Kev. Like everything's pretty much set and stable.
I scrambled because my wife uses my desk as well, which is annoying because she has her own little desk over there and all the storage in the whole room. I just have my corner. She still has to be on my fucking desk.
Yeah, she's still kicked you off.
Yeah, because she was playing with a new toy that she's got called a Cricket, which cuts out like vinyl prints because she wants to do prints for clothing, which if it works out, I might be able to sell my own merch through as well.
Ooh.
Which would be cool.
Also, can you cut your own airbrush stencils? There's a thought.
Possibly, actually. Hey. I don't see why not. If it can cut through plastic and vinyl, it should be able to cut through paper as well.
So yeah, the long and short of my lack of light is, I've had a week off work this week, which means I've been able to catch up on so many articles that I've partially written. I don't know if anybody's looked at the site today, but 3 articles have been posted in a day when it's normally 1 a week.
Been mental, mate. You've been busy as hell.
It has, but on top of that, I've also been filming about 5 different videos. So I've got a series coming out called Mythbuster. I mean Testers, because the other one's copyright. So Hobby Myth Testers.
Yeah.
Or I'll try and think of a better name. So all those myths that you hear in the hobby, like, oh yeah, my big brother's uncle's cousin's dog works for Games Workshop, and he said. So it's just a bit of a series going through testing some of those myths. So in fact, can I just quickly give you a preview of one now?
Yeah, here we go. Here's an exclusive.
So here, completely exclusive.
Hit that like button just for this exclusive.
So I'm going to do a whole video explaining why. But for anyone who's heard of them, there's a company out there called Culture Hustle who claim to sell the world's blackest black. So, or at least the world's darkest black available. So, picked them up.
Yeah.
It's in a really pretty bottle, and they do this whole thing about like there's Vanta Black, which is applied in a lab, and it's owned by Anish Kapoor, and they're really angry at Anish Kapoor, so they've made this to be the blackest black, and all of the all of the promo shots will show things painted with this,
Yeah.
and you can't actually see the shape at all. It completely covers the shape.
I saw one YouTube video where a guy actually painted the entire room with Fanta Black.
Yes,
It was
yes,
mental, wasn't it? And
yeah.
then
Literally
he did the
walked
complete
in.
reverse, and he painted it with the whitest white, and
That was
there
it.
was
Or did you do the
no
shiny?
light in there, but it was
Possible.
bright as hell. It was crazy.
That was it. Yeah.
And then
So
he did
all
the
that goes.
luminous paint that
That
lit.
was the one. That was the one I remember that I've seen. And yeah, he goes. He was like that. He
Yeah,
couldn't see his eyes. So, but the long and short of it is, I've seen a few videos about this, and I thought I'll grab it. I'll test it myself, to see whether or not it is the darkest black that's available. And I can tell you 100% that this is absolute bullshit. You are buying snake oil. Do not waste your money on this absolute bollocks.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I've slated on
Are you
it. I've
sure you
slated
shook it well
quite a lot.
enough?
Shut up. So the best thing is I got in touch with Culture Hustle, and when I started sharing photos with them of my results, they just completely went silent.
Yeah.
Like they were like, oh, like they wouldn't answer my questions. I was like, could I have a faulty batch? Have I applied it wrong? Here's the primer. Various things, and they were like, well, make sure you use a black primer. I have used a black primer. Make sure you use a matte black primer. Don't use gloss because that'll add reflection. I have used a matte black primer. What matte black primer have you used? More of this because it claims to be the mattest flattest black that there is. So but yeah, that sort of thing. In the end, I got a refund, so not bad. It'll be decent,
Yay.
entertaining video content, and it cost me nothing.
Oh, that's good. How much did it originally cost you, though?
£30.
30 Great British
30,
pounds.
yeah. So
Oh,
I'm gonna try, and next I'm gonna buy their mirror in a bottle paint and slate that as well.
yeah.
So don't get me wrong, it's dark, but it's not that dark. Like they've definitely edited the video to make things look like voids as opposed to like objects with shape of any kind. So yeah, it's absolute bollocks. So next I'm gonna get their mirror paint and see if that's shinier than the Alclad chrome that I've been working on this week as well.
That's just, I can't believe it, though. Like, they tried to mug you off with it.
Yeah, it was the ignorance of it. Like when I started saying, "Is this black?" And then I started asking questions like, "Have you edited your photos to darken the blacks in the thing?" No, no, and I've lost it now. But somewhere around here is my plague marine, not plague marine, little pox walker. I applied it so thin and so fine. I spray painted it with the airbrush. I did about 8 coats of it just to try and thicken or remove any possible reflection from the surface, and yeah, it's
And
it's
nothing.
crap.
No dice.
So there you go, guys.
Sweet.
That's my thoughts on that.
There we go. Got an exclusive right here.
Oh.
Who else have we got? What's going on in chat? That was a long segue from you need a light.
Sorry, yeah. So all my lights and that are over there because I was using them for videoing.
There you go.
It's just like you. Where'd you get that mug, mate?
Yeah, of course. Mythos has just finished his Orc Cavalry this week. That sounds awesome. What else we got going on?
Is that 40k orcs on?
Yeah. I've seen the Beast Snaggers has been working on those.
Sweet.
Yeah. What else we got going? Sorry, just scrolling through, seeing what's going on.
Your door's wonky.
Yeah, my door's very wonky. Thank you.
No, it's not me. I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, wonky doors. If your door ain't wonky, do you live in Britain? I thought the mug was a political statement on your Mrs. Brew making skills. No, I refer to the tea as bin juice. So that's the recurring theme, I suppose. So I have a hot mug of bin juice from my wheelie bin every show. So yeah, there you go. What else? So yeah, we just gone past Blackthorn's thing. Lupus Canis is still working on his 30k walls. They've been looking very nice as well. Mark says he doesn't troll groups that bad. Never been banned off Facebook for that, at least. Yeah, that's actually true. No, you haven't been banned for trolling. You've been banned for just
everything else.
Everything else. He also says it doesn't matter if you pin it; they don't read it anyways, which is very true.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Nova wants Necrons. I'm sure you'll get them soon. Big Friendly Wargamer is painting 30 Nid Gaunts. First time in nearly a month. That's a lot of Gaunts to pile through. Damn. Good luck, man. Lots of dry brushing, I would assume.
It's actually a topic close to my heart at the moment. When are Games Workshop going to start releasing more Nids? Well, when's that happening?
I think they don't feel like there's a need to update that kit.
There is.
I mean, how would you make them better though?
More HR Geiger.
Just sharpen the details on it, and that's it. There isn't much more they can do, really.
Oh, there is. I mean, look at what they've done. Like the Stormcast models, as they were fine. They've just done a massive refinement, and they look significantly different, but like a lot better in my opinion. I just think the whole line. I mean, when was the last Tyrannid release? And Gene Stealer Cults don't count.
I think that was 5th or 6th edition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hello to Tabletop Really Minis. Hope you are well. He's just dropping in for a like, and then he's popping off. I think he's got work tonight. But thank you very much for popping by, mate. It was good to see you. And of course, we got the other Kev. I call him Old Man Kev. From the Immersive World Crafter. How you doing, mate? I hope you are well. Young whippersnapper Kev, are you aware your door is on the wonk? Well, actually, it's just the camera. Like, it's actually a perfectly straight door frame. You know, air quotes and all. What have we also got in there? Man, this chat is actually moving. You know what? I'm not used to a chat moving. That's crazy. We got people in the chat. Thank you very much. Buddy looks like it. That door is twisted as ever. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, it's just the way the camera is, because it's literally sitting on the keyboard of the laptop at the moment. Hey, we got Travis Reeves in the chat as well. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Kev's gone for the Dutch angle void. Yes, I have. But you know, you gotta have some, you know, like craziness going on in your life. Otherwise, it just gets boring, right? Can't have straight doors all the time. Like, what would you do if the carpenter comes and has to replace your doors, and he's just got to use stock doors, yeah, and it's just easy for him? Why? What's the point in that? Let's see what else to go for. I'm still working on terrain photo background builds. Cool. I've got painted some Grimghast Reapers from Sergio. Can't wait to see those. He does some fantastic work. He does. Wellcraft. What? Probably 94. What's that?
Probably the Nids comment when the last came out.
No. Because they've been plastic. They've had 2 plastic iterations, I believe. So 94 would have been the first time they went into plastic, and then it would have been the early 2000s. They got refreshed, and that was when they dropped the big stuff as well, like the You know, like the weird crab face thing with the long tail and stuff like that.
The Carnifex or the Lixer?
No, no, not those. Like the really tall stuff.
What, the Forge World stuff or
No,
the
no, no, no. It was
in
plastic
between?
kits, but they burrowed and stuff like that. I can't bloody remember what they're called.
Oh god, I can't
I'm not a
remember the
Nid
name.
player at all, but I think someone will know what I'm on about. Um, his camera's bent half a fisheye lens. Yes, okay, all right, carry on. The last Nid kit release was the Drop Pod.
I don't remember that. What was that? I'm
Did
googling it.
did they do Nid Drop Pod? I don't think they did. No, they did the pools, didn't they? They did the gestation pools. I think they were, but I don't think they did. Did they do the drop pods? No,
Oh
that
yeah,
that was from Forge World though, wasn't it? Or was it an actual plastic kit?
Codex Tyrannid review back from. Oh wow, that was on Frontline Gaming.
Wow, when was that? The Trigon and the Morlock. There we go. Thank you, Big Friendly.
No dates on it. Oh, there we
Ah,
go, right at the bottom. April 28th, 2019. So not long ago, actually. That was the
oh, that would have been
drop
8th
pod.
edition review then.
Is that the dedicated transport Tyrannocyte? That's the one. So that's the thing. But yeah, at least something that sort of styly like that was definitely updated. And I think, in the last at least 2 years, 2 to 3 years, GW's really upped their game with plastic. Sort of like Dark Imperium was a turning point. That
Yeah,
was that was like you really detailed Chaos Warriors and sorry, your Chaos Space Marines, and your some of the best Chaos Space Marines they ever did actually was in the Dark Imperiums, not Dark Imperium, Dark Vengeance set
Dark
with
Vengeance with the
that's it,
Dark Angels. Yeah,
with the Dark Angels, and then obviously Primaris changed things up again. But after that, like
they
lately,
kept that box for two editions, didn't they? Because it was so popular. But I
what
think it
the
also
Dark
they were
Imperium?
delaying themselves because they were putting Primaris into production. But Dark Imperium stuck around for two editions, I think.
What, 2 years like or just the length of two current? Because I think this whole every 18 months there's a new edition still quite a modern thing, isn't it? That was done since
Well, no, I think they're trying to keep it at 2 years, aren't they? So they can
something.
alternate the years. That one year it's 40k and next year it's AOS, and it is a very
Yeah,
new thing. Um, because if
yeah.
if
Like I remember,
anything,
like
if people aren't going to buy new models, they're going to buy new rules.
yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying, but I'm sure. I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, I swear, like, I mean, time worked a lot slower back then.
Oh
Like a
yeah,
day was like a week now. But yeah, back then it was like I swear second edition was out for 20 years when I was,
it felt like
between
it, didn't it?
15 and 16, between being 15 and 16
How
kind of
long
thing.
was it between like just codex updates? And it kind of felt
Googling it
spontaneous and random. Um,
right then. Warhammer 40k editions.
I
There we
think they were
go.
like 4 or 5 years at a time after third edition.
Felt
So,
more like that, didn't it? Like I know I was out of the hobby for 16 years, so based on the current rate, I would have been very much on, eighth edition from second and 10th edition by now, which obviously isn't out,
yeah.
doesn't exist. Let's have a look. There we go. Second edition was in production for 9 years. Thank you, Big Friendly Wargamer. That's
9 years.
huge. Yeah, 9 years. But it
But that was back when the majority of it was tin and pewter, wasn't it? Or lead? No,
yeah,
it was
that
lead still.
no, they just well, yeah. I think second started with lead, but there was definitely the turning point between sort of 94, 96.
Yeah, and then they started
Made,
leaning into pewter and plastic.
made out of white metal.
Yeah.
Not yeah. We're not going to call it pewter because then other companies will know what we're using. Well, it's obvious anyway, guy. But you do your thing. You do your thing. Fine cast. It's resin. It's resin, guys. It's really shit resin as well.
It's really, really bad quality controlled resin.
Yeah.
But that was pumped into old metal, like molds, which just didn't work out at all.
That's it. I don't know how like they actually did the whole fine casting because the first person I knew to work for Games Workshop, and this is when it was in a place called Hilltop in Eastwood, of all places. It was like 5 minutes from my house, and embarrassingly, at least when I was driving to work, I used to drive past its old head office site every day.
Yeah.
And she worked there, and her job was to make the master molds for the pewter miniatures, and it's basically just like a big disc, like a giant LP with two plates on it, and they make tin masters from the mold, so they'll cast them in like what is it? They'll create a master in like plaster, then they'll make a tin master from that, and then they press that into these like rubberized molds, and then they put the molten pewter into it to make it. So I don't know how they did the fine castings, whether it was a similar process of like spinning plates with resin going through them, or whether they made new masters or something. But the air bubbles in them was just terrible. They needed vacuum.
Yeah, they had a massive quality control problem with that, and and it was, like Games Workshop felt that problem for like a good year and a bit before. Like they got the worst of the issues out of the way, but by then the damage was done, and Finecast's reputation was just squatted.
But they solved it like they solve any problems, by selling us an additional product in the form of liquid green stuff.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Though to be fair, like liquid green stuff was pretty handy anyway, just in general. Cardboard dreadnoughts.
Not bad stuff. Oh god, yeah. All dreadnought made out of cardboard.
Yeah. Or like, like people using kid-sized shoe boxes for rhinos instead of actually getting a rhino, and just like sticking printouts of pictures like from the side, like just sticking it on.
Oh yeah, I very much remember. Like I was collecting the the Kellogg's variety packs.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I had all the Frosties and all the Rice Krispies because they were the blue boxes and they were my ultramarine rhinos.
Yeah, that'll work.
There you go. That's the truth of it.
That's crazy.
I wonder if that would be legal in a tournament. I have made it myself.
I mean, yeah, and it is WYSIWYG. I mean, it's what you see. It looks like a rhino, sounds like a rhino, blows up like a rhino.
Exactly. You tell me that Kellogg's Rice Krispie box doesn't sound exactly like that plastic rhino right there.
You're right. Exactly.
Listen, see.
Spot on. Oh my days. Oh yeah, absolutely bloody mental, that stuff. Good old days, eh?
That's it. Bloody hell, 9 years. I can't believe that. But at least then, like my Codex. What did I have? It was Codex Chaos and Codex Dark Angels were my ones at the time, but they lasted me. Like they really lasted me, ridiculously so. Like it was several years. Whereas now, a new edition's out before your army's Codex is out.
Yeah, you know what? It's getting to a point where there's a little bit of misleading salesmanship now, and I don't. You can't really blame the community team, because their job is literally to sell. Yeah, they're there to promote the community, sure, and but they're there for the hype train, and they're there to promote stuff, and they just promote what they're told to promote. It's not their point to sort of speculate and question, really. So when new editions come out and are told, yeah, all the codexes are going to get updated, this is going to be the most like thoroughly updated edition, that's what they know. They might have talked to someone in the studios or in the writing team or whatever, but most of the time they'll just know what they're told to sell, and that's it. And a lot of the time, it like, because this is everything's sort of like put in years in advance, you know, like 2-3 years in advance. The books are planned out 3 years in advance, and then like a year or two later they could just say, actually, we'll can that, or we'll delay that for the next edition. But because they've already gone through the process of that, of creating and developing that edition and those codexes and stuff, all that is still going to carry on. And so they'll go, yeah, you know what, this edition, we're definitely going to have this, and this edition is going to be the most thoroughly thing. And they did that with 8th edition, right? And then literally, before you knew it, before like they were halfway through the codexes, it was like, yeah, there's a new edition coming out. And it was like, wait, what? And it was like, yeah, well, you know.
But I haven't even had my Grey Knights Codex yet.
Yeah, and it was like, okay. But you know, that decision was made years ago. But because of the way the stuff works, they don't even find out until it comes up. Like, at least a couple of months before it actually happens. So, it's mad, really. But
it's got to be hard. It's got to be a hard decision for them to, or it's got to be a hard situation for them as a company. Like, forgetting about what we like, and you know, I'm conscious I might be sounding like I'm ragging on GW, and I have had a couple of jibes at them in obviously this chat, but I love them. You know, I'm sat here building one now. I spent like I love Games Workshop products. I'm having a bit of a polite dig at them in a few ways tonight, but when it comes to the books, I mean, they've got shareholders. They've got to keep the shareholders happy.
yeah.
And let's be honest, that's priority number one, not us, the hobbyists. We're the gullible addicts, you know, that they with Indomitus and Dominion, you know, that's the good crack at a cheap price, and then they'll offload the expensive crack that's not as good quality to us afterwards. And that's how GW works. We're addicted and we'll stay addicted. And at some points, they'll piss off some of the community, even with the likes of Warhammer Plus. Yeah, they pissed off a lot of people, but at the same time, they've given us a great new platform, a great thing. It's going to evolve into more. Fingers crossed. And
I mean, look at Disney Plus. When people are going, oh, they ain't gonna have that much. Like, they have, it's a bit light on content. It's like, it's Disney.
Day one.
They own half, if not more, of all the world's freaking media. Like, they bought out Fox, for Christ's sake. You know, Fox was a giant. They just bought them out, and now, like, they've got, what's it on there? They got Disney, they got Pixar, they have Marvel, they got Star Wars, they got Star, which is basically every single TV show that ever existed now, pretty
24, much. Represent.
Yeah, everything from Fox. So that means you're always going to get the Walking Dead stuff and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Those not too bad, kind of watchable, but like, they weren't all great X-Men TV shows.
Oh, I love the 90s cartoon, brilliant.
Yeah, and of course they got Discovery as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like, they basically tested the waters with Netflix. Like, oh yeah, like, we'll give you the Defenders. Yeah, there's a little tester, a little taster. There's some side stuff, right? And we'll let you have some of our shows that have already been on TV, right? They saw how it all worked for a couple of years. They were like, okay, now we know the ins and outs of it. Let's jump in with our thing. Everyone's like, dang. Though, to be honest,
Yeah.
it wasn't until recently I ever even heard of Hulu. I mean, what the frack is Hulu?
Is that actually a thing? I thought that was an American thing.
It is an America thing, but it's like, what the hell
Is it
is
available here?
why, if you got a VPN, I assume you could
Oh,
use
okay.
it. You know the way it is.
Yeah.
Right. I just saw the time. It's coming up to 10. It is
Where
now
are we at?
10. So I am going to try and load up without blowing up the internet. There we go. So it does work. Okay, cool. Right. So we'll have a look on Facebook first, because that's where most of the entries have come from. But then we'll also have a look at I don't think anyone's posted on Instagram. But on your Discord as well, we'll have a nosy, see if anyone posted anything on there. So they still got a couple of minutes. If anyone's on the Fauxhammer Discord, hop onto the Imperium chat and post up your Necron and Space Marine, and we'll have a look there. Right, I just got to get onto my page. So internet.
Hey, Mark's
internet.
actually done it. Thanks, Mark.
He has, yes, he did, and it was he actually went on Facebook and on there as well.
Hey.
And he says, yeah, you can use it. You can get Hulu without. Oh, you can get Hulu without a VPN. Okay. Hulu is available through Amazon Prime. Oh, okay, so there's no point then. But to be honest, I don't see the point in Amazon Prime. It's had a couple of good shows like what was it? The Bad Boys, was it? Oh, man, why is my brain gone flat? You know the one where like they beat the shit out of the superhuman and the superheroes and that.
Oh, The Boys.
The Boys. Why did I think it was Bad Boys? Yeah, The Boys. That was a good show. I kind of liked watching Fear the Walking Dead, though they paywalled the latest season, which was a bit of a pain. But I didn't. There's a couple other shows, but I just didn't really feel the weight of the value there. It wasn't too much going on. So
Man in the High Castle was a bit dull.
I didn't even watch that actually.
I didn't rate it, but Invincible's good if you're into anime at all. Invincible's a decent.
Oh yeah, no, I watched that. That was pretty cool. Yeah. It was good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, yet again, superheroes being arseholes, but
yeah. And Picard wasn't too bad actually.
Oh yeah, Picard was good. He wasn't. I think the problem with Picard is Patrick Stewart's
so old now.
He's fucking 80 something now, isn't he? Like
he's in his 90s now. He's got to be in his 90s.
I mean, we can. I watched him the other day. I watched him in June because I forgot he was in that. And like you say, some actors are Highlanders, like Keanu Reeves. He's a Highlander.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a reason why he was the spiritual guru / Jesus lookalike in the SpongeBob movie. in the little tumbleweed.
Oh yeah.
I only saw that because of my kid, but it was so funny.
Patrick Stewart's another one though. He's never aged. Like, go look at him in June and look at him now. Like, the man does not get older. He's 81 years old. 81 and still acting.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Void Captain Bazooka said you can get a lot of older movies on Prime than on Netflix, and you can, and a lot of them are good old classics as well. Yeah, I've enjoyed quite a lot on Amazon Prime. Just for like, I watched Deep Impact the other day.
Yeah.
Not the adult version. That's on RedTube, but Deep Impact, the Tia Leone film. And yeah, really good, really good. I didn't like it as a kid because it wasn't as good as Armageddon. But you look at it now, watch it now, and yeah, it's a pretty decent show, pretty decent movie even.
It's not bad, eh? All right, so I hope this works. let's see. Right. So let's transfer over to the community focus. Oh yeah. It worked. Yay. Can I get a thumbs up in the chat if you enjoyed that little intro? And it was literally using all the butt end of all the special effects that I never use on my editing software. Anyways, let's have a look and see. We have only a few. Like I spammed all of the groups, but of course, I only did it 5 hours ago because I was kind of like pushed for time today. It was actually our oldest kid's first meet of his new teacher because he's going into reception now. So that was kind of cool when he had his little uniform on and everything. Yeah, and Han was trying not to bawl her eyes out. But yeah, I was like, I can't wait for this. She was like, I'm so not ready for it. I was like, I am so ready for it. As any good dad. Anyways, so we have Andy Robson here, aka Total Nova. Not Imperium themed, but I think the enthusiasm is still there. I love the brickwork that he's done though. That's some really neat brickwork. Doing the different colours on there. Yeah. Did you watch my my live stream of the Sigmarite Mausoleum then? I guess so. But yeah, no, that's really nice. Like mixing up the brickwork here and there. It's pretty cool. What do you think, Mr. Fauxhammer? Can you see? Have you got a second screen up?
I have, but I can't. I'm watching you, but because I'm not live, like I've got like a minute and a half delay.
A minute and a half.
Yeah, so rough. I'm guessing. I can't tell time.
I thought it'd be like 20 seconds, maybe 30 at the most.
No, so to me, you're still scrolling up and down a list, waiting to click stuff.
Well, I'll find the next one while you let me know. He says it's still work in progress as well. But yeah, it's the Azerite ruins, and yeah, it looks good, man. See, some of these groups are just no good. Like, you know, Paint Hub, it's just no good.
Crap, honestly, I don't even bother posting there. And the moderators, Jesus.
I know, right? It's absolutely terrible.
Entitled. Yeah.
The heavier metal one of the least toxic groups.
That's a really good group, that actually.
It's not bad. Fan site, Warhammer fan site has let me down. I like how they changed the name from that though. It used to be a Games Workshop fan site, and they changed the name after all the Huff. Oh, this is really interesting stuff now. Here we go. Now we actually found one with some comments on it. 2 more comments. Let's have a look. What group was that? The Imperium and Conquest magazine collectors. Here we go. So Adam Sellers. Why did I say Andy? I don't know if you go by Andy, but anyway, Adam Sellers. He's got his stuff built and primed, and also he's got the exclusive commemorative series Cryptek. Dude, you know the weird one that's got like the weird staff and the thing sticking off his back, and he's got that weird cloak on his arm that's not on his back for some reason.
Yeah.
And the longest chin ever. But anyways, it's good to see that you're getting a start on there. So I can't wait to see how that goes. Thank you very much for posting.
Well, I've just got that. Yeah, I like the color scheme. Very like very worn metal style. Or is that just the shadow and it's actually just painted Runelord brass?
It's Runelord brass, I think. Or well, the Cryptek one, I think, from the spray bit. We have Mark Fraser as well, and he's got his 2 entries here, both the Royal Warden and the Lieutenant, and I really do like it. I really like.
They're both crap. Can't see them, but crap.
I like the green glow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
they're good.
I'm absolutely jizzing myself over the Smurf. So yeah,
You
it's
should see his
good work.
He's just done some rubric marines as well, which I genuinely, and I think a few people have said this. I think it's his best ever painting that he's ever done is them rubric marines, because he's done them in a bit of a unique way. Where I think he's done them in lead belcher initially,
Yeah,
and then if I'm right, he's covered them all in Coelia green shade, which gives them like a greeny bluey glow. They look good. So you can't see them here, but just trust me, guys, they look great. So check Mark out.
yeah, it looks really, really cool. Mark is saying, Jesus, how young are you? Marder started high school this week. I'm actually 33. I just I pushed it as close to 30 as I could before having kids. And Lupus Canis says, Mark, my grandson just left high school. Hee you youngster.
Wow.
Fair enough. And of course, Mark is shouting, dry brushing, dry brushing.
Yeah, he it's because Mark doesn't know how to dry brush, so he's not able to dry brush at all. Sorry, that's one of our running jokes. So I got in touch with some of the guys to just say thanks to the guys for doing the modding and stuff. I got them a few bits over Christmas. One of them was an Artis Opus dry brush, and Mark decided to say, I don't like it. I can't get on with it. And I just went straight into it. Like, well, you're using it wrong then.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not like that dry brush? Seriously. And ever since then, I've just told him he can't dry brush, even though he's very good at dry brushing with, I think, the STC brushes he used on these.
So, an old pal of mine didn't post a picture of Minnie, but he did post a picture of someone from Downton Abbey. And he asked if you were in it.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, just shave the beard, comb your hair over a bit.
That's worryingly close. I never get, like, I've got a friend who gets compared to like The Rock or Jason Statham because he's big and bold. And the best I've ever had celebrities have been compared to, this is the second, is that bloke from Downton Abbey, and the other one was Shipbreak from the American Pie movies.
Yeah, Shipwreck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't stop. Oh my god! As soon as I saw that picture, it had me creasy.
Sorry, your laughter's infectious now. Genuinely, I can't stop.
I was trying to fight it as much as I could.
I'm actually, I mean, internally, I'm insulted and I'm going to cry about this. But for the sake of keeping up appearances, I'm laughing along.
Oh my god. Oh, Anthony, overbrushing and dry brushing, slight difference. Well, no, I call it wet dry brushing and dry brushing. So the difference is the wetness of it, how
Wet
moist that paint is.
And wet with a H, wet.
Wet, wet and
brushing.
moist. You got to say it with a wet mouth, moist. We also got Gareth Jeffrey, aka the Big Friendly Wargamer. With his thing that he painted last year, but it's still worth having a look. Look at that. That looks cool.
I like that. I like the colours used there.
The cream with the blue. It's a nice compliment, isn't it?
It is. And then the orange is either orange or metal, sort of chest plate.
Yeah, it's like a brassy sort of colour, isn't it? Almost. Yeah, I really do like it. And I'll tell you what, this guy, he knocks out so much week on week. If you follow him on Instagram, he is down as, Big Friendly Wargamer. And he just knocks out so much stuff. I don't know how he does it. So yeah, he's well worth a follow. I think that's it for Facebook. I mean, yeah, like I said, because normally I post it the day before, but because I was in such a faff, I just didn't get a chance to. So
it's Friday, isn't it?
It's Friday. Yeah, I got the echo then, and it sounded like I had backing vocals.
Friday.
Oh, you turned it down.
It's not coming through in the stream, so don't worry.
That's all right. So yeah, thank you everyone who posted up on Facebook. Like one day I will launch you know, like an actual Discord, so it's all together and stuff. But yeah, it's for me, Discord is very daunting, especially because I don't have a lot of time just to do what I do now. So and I definitely do need some moderators, like at least one or two for YouTube alone. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Try and sort of coerce some people into doing it. But all the like, there was a whole bunch of people who were perfect for doing modding, but they got all scooped up by Josh from the Pickle Jar.
Oh, have we got Blackthorn 182 says he's posted on your page.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah, let's have a look.
I
If
will
we
have.
can, if you're still able to do that.
Yeah, I'm still able to do it.
All this sort of stream index crazy to like, I don't get it. It's like, so you have to set up like this, obviously your webcam and then the thing, but then the thing that you're streaming on your webcam isn't your webcam, it's a program, and that program combines. Like, no.
Oh,
no, I'm
hang
out.
on, I missed out Peter Fratelli. Is that Blackthorn?
No, Peter Fratelli is one of the bad guys from the Goonies, I think.
Oh,
is that not right? The Fratelli brothers.
well, there we go. Look, fancy intro again.
Fratellis.
Huzzah! So, Peter Fratelli or Vital.
Oh, different spelling, no relation.
Yeah. Did this one. I really like it. It's the traditional, straight from the box art look. It's actually pretty cool. Very neatly done, very nicely done. So yeah, I really do like that. I think it's pretty darn cool. And of course, there's a work in progress for the lieutenant. It's going in purple.
Oh, I like the purple.
Yeah,
I've just seen the thing of that. Yeah, that's a really nice grimdark.
Yeah.
Thing is really good. Really good lines, really neat, tidy. Or the blurriness of the photo over your stream just makes it look better than it is. But I'm really liking that. So.
And then, oh, hang on. Right, so let's just. Oh no, what am I clicking on that for? You absolute donut bag.
You broke it.
No, I just went the wrong way. Oh, tons of it. Oh, look how bloated Facebook has become. You know, it's absolutely man. Yeah, I don't see it here, mate. It's not here. I refreshed. Where did you post it, Mr. Blackthorn?
He's saying thanks, guys.
He is him.
He is Blackthorn.
There you go. Well, it was right. Peter Vital.
Yeah,
I hope I'm saying it right. Is it Vital or Vitelli?
I did like the we skipped over it, but yeah, that Space Marine with the purple and cream was a really nice color scheme.
Yeah, it's really tasty, and I can see the potential of how that's gonna come out. It's gonna look so good. I think what is it gonna be? What they call the Hawks? You know, the Emperor's Children, not Emperor's Children because they're loyalists. Like, I know they got Hawk in the name, and they got that weird Hawk emblem, but and the purple as well, purple and cream. I'm just gonna check Instagram while we're at it, and see if we got anyone tagging on.
Astral Lions.
Italy. Okay. Soul Drinkers. Why did I think Hawks? Soul Drinkers.
Soul Drinkers.
Well, I mean, excommunicats.
You're thinking of the Hawk Lords, which are yellow and purple.
Totally off base, wasn't
it? Miniac did them. I think they might be his custom army or something.
Couldn't possibly be. All right, let's have a search for #THCKev, which you should use, which everyone should use on the Instagram posts so that I can see it, and then I'll share it, of course. Most recent. Oh, Mr. Mifos, he posted up his this is cool. So fancy intro. Do you like the little burst of bass to begin with? So boo. So here we go. We have from the Frost and Fist, aka Mifos, his very nice looking beast snaggers and the little grot on the squig. I love it. You know, with like the rocket on his back. Yeah, amazing work. I love how that purpley pink goes with the green. It's really nice. It's definitely a nice eye-catching thing. And let me just what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it bigger just so we can all see properly. Is what he said to her.
Oh, they're nice.
There you go. So that is very nice. Very, very nice, as they say. And then, of course, we have the Discord as well. So I'm going to pop over to that as well. But yeah, thank you very much for posting that. So I'll just Discord. Annoyingly, because I got screen capture on, even if I do the split screen thing, so one side it's showing what everyone can see, and the other side it's supposed to show only what I can see. It will show everything I'm doing on the thing. It's bloody annoying. More tech stuff. Hey, modeling for advantage. How you doing, mate? Glad you could be here. And bespoke hero as well. Did you get the one on the Fauxhammer group? I'm just about to pop onto there, mate. So just gotta wait for it to load up first.
Is that on the Fauxhammer group, or is that on the?
Is that the Fauxhammer group? Is that on Discord or on the Facebook? Either way, throw down a like if you haven't already. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed already, of course, that would help the channel out massively. Really sort of try and work that algorithm. And yeah, I'll be doing this as frequently as I can. Little community focus showcases, because I really do love it. I love seeing everyone's work because it's like it reinvigorates me when it comes to wanting to paint stuff. So yeah, keep up the great work, everyone. Remember, throw down on Instagram the hashtag THCKev, and I'll always be able to see it and share it. Here we go. Right, we're back on the community focus again. I never get tired of that.
That intro is getting its money's worth today, isn't it?
I know, right? It's because I have to copy and paste that scene and then not have that intro in it if I want to go back and forth.
Just hides all the porn you're watching on your desktop, basically.
Shh, don't catch on. So there we go. We've seen that already from Mark, and then of course Earl Sven. I'm going to assume that Earl Sven is the one in the chat, bespoke hero, who's posted the work so far. It's got the primer on that.
Yay!
So, there we go. But the fact that you've put them together and you've primed one of them is the biggest step you can do. Putting them together is one thing, and for a lot of people that's a big step to do anyway. But then actually getting paint on them, now you're going to start snowballing, getting more paint on that, getting painted up, getting based, get it on the board, start rolling dice. So that's what we like to see.
It's just nice to see people put primer on. People are obviously, not just following Hachette and have got an idea of how to actually build these, because it is the daftest thing that Hachette don't even mention primer. I say Hachette, I mean I'm confident, considering like it's people were hired at GW to write for Partworks magazine, so I'm pretty sure the content is put together by GW. Hachette just publish it.
Yeah.
But there's no mention of primer whatsoever, mainly because they can't ship it. Like they can't send it through the post, so they can't get it to you. But I would hope they would say at some point in the magazine, hey, you might want to use some primer, so get your ass down to a local Warhammer shop because that gets more people in the door,
Yeah,
as well as and it gives them the experience. I mean, the point of Imperium and Mortal Realm surely is to get new people into the hobby, not for us lot who are already in the hobby to scrounge extra models.
exactly. Hey Ravensrook, how you doing, mate? Glad to have you here. Look at all this amazing work that's in this group. The Show Off CC for Fauxhammer.
Hey, keep going up, keep going up. Let's see what else there is.
Oh, hang on. We'll just get. I want to give a shout out to Eddie Art, Mr. Phil there, because that's some stunning work right there.
That was Mark's colours, what he was using on his thingamybobbies, Thousand Suns.
Yeah, hang on. And I think we finally got. There we go. Bespoke Hero posted in the group for Imperial Magazine. I did see this before actually, and I was like, literally on the bus, like I saw it pop up. I had a look and I was like, whoa.
Nice.
And then like people looking at me and I was like, yeah, what? That was really nice. And look, he's got like the power nodes on the back of the shield. It's all like highlighted and stuff. That's sick.
That is, I love that. What is that? Is that airbrush? Is that brush?
That's got
it's
to be
awesome.
brush. I don't think there's much airbrush on it if there is, but it looks really nice. And there's the back as well. Yeah, with the yeah, I like it. No, that's got to have some airbrush on it. There is other way of priming instead of 3 coats of Corax white with the start brush. Madness. Yeah. Now I can talk on YouTube chat. Yay! Oh, Sven is here. How you doing? So did you sign up then on YouTube? Did you log in and everything? Glad you're here. Don't forget, throw down a little subscribe and a like if you want to, and big love to you all if you do. Again, we're here every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. So yeah. Oh man, I really do like this group. This is one of my top groups. I got this one. I have the pickle jar as well. It's full of some really cool dudes. And where's the work in progress stuff? Like people just posting up some really cool stuff. It's a really active group, so I highly recommend checking them out. But I also highly recommend the Chilling Wargamers group as well. Again, full of really cool peeps. And of course, I'm a part of the Chili network as well. And it's a small band of loosely connected YouTubers who collaborate now and then and support each other. And you would be welcomed in, Graham, with open arms, definitely.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, anything to build the community. Seem like a good bunch. I struggle with this thing where exactly what you said earlier there. Like doing the whole Discord thing, and I've been putting it off for ages. And then somebody in one of our groups just went, "Oh, you should do it." And we had one anyway for like the team from Fauxhammer.com to just chat in when we're doing stuff. So I was like, you know what, we're hardly using this, so let's just open it up to people. And I think it's been a couple of 3 weeks now. We've got like 100 and something members, which
is crazy,
pretty mad for like considering all I did was stick like a text link on on the website in the ad section, which no one reads.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no! Don't say that. Don't say that. Come on now.
No, but nobody reads.
Oh,
right,
bollocks.
hands up in the chat. Who reads the ad section on a website? Any website. So, like, I know, and I hate the way I've had to do it on mine because I'm trying to make a site that's globally agnostic. So, I want links for the UK, US, and everything all in one place. But it's made this massive blog. Everybody comes in, reads the headline, looks at the pictures. Like, I might get 1 or 2 people who read the contents.
Well,
So there's no way they're looking at the ad section.
well, I read through it carefully because, of course, I need to copy your work for my videos. But but yeah,
So
no, like
basically, I'm writing a website for you.
yeah,
I'm spending
you're a
40
really
hours a
good
week.
source of information, and because you literally have the ear of Hashit now, um, like you get all the information before anyone else, so everyone's going to be coming to your website, which is amazing for you, and I
No,
could
it
be
is.
prouder.
It is. I'm humbled by it. Like there's not a day goes by where I don't realize how incredibly lucky I am to have nurtured that relationship for the last 3 years.
It's
So we can
crazy
try and get that.
because they're notoriously difficult to track down, and they really do ghost you. Like it doesn't matter how you try
Yeah.
and communicate with it. I've tried it a couple of times to sort of say, hey, look, I'm an upcoming YouTuber, I like to do videos. There's a couple that's gone and done a few thousand. Like I wouldn't mind, if now and then you drop me a bit of info so I can keep up to date and stuff and keep pushing it. And they're just like, nah, they won't even contemplate me because I'm under 10k. Like there are other YouTubers out there who report the same stuff, who are much bigger than me, like Foible and a few others, and they don't even get the time from Hashit. So the fact that
No.
you yourself have managed to create that symbiotic relationship with them is amazing work, man, and you've worked really hard for it. So
No, thanks, man. I do appreciate the recognition. It has, it's not just, a lot of people are like, oh, just because you such and such. I'm like, no, it's not that. Like, it was years of, and it wasn't begging or pleading. There was a lot of, positioning, and we can do this and we can do that. And I think it kind of, it really showed its worth very recently with when the issue one stuff came out and when the contents for issues sort of 6 to 10 came out.
mm,
I wasn't the only person provided with that information, but they said quite clearly to me, we're going to let you release it on the Wednesday, and then once you've shared it, we'll recontact our other people we're speaking to and just say to them, look, you can release it now, but we're not telling them they can release it till Friday for now. And it's like, wow, that's when
that's really really
yeah,
cool.
like when they're doing that, it's like that was the bit that made me sort of, it kind of almost floored me. I was like, wow, okay, we really have done something and got on something good here. And then for them to, offer, and they offered, I didn't ask. They said, look, why don't you do a competition and we'll give away a premium magazine? I was like, genuinely, really. And the guy who won it, like, and I'm sorry, and I watched it as well. Like, no joke. I was doing that competition. I went from 3,500 YouTube subscribers to over the course of 3 weeks. I got up to, and it was an hour before I got over 1,000 comments,
Yeah.
and I got 4,001 subscribers right as I did the giveaway. And as soon as that giveaway was over, it went down to 3,992 or
So
something
some
like that.
sore
Where
losers
some
unsubscribed, didn't
sore
they?
losers, but
And some
you know,
bots as well. Don't forget them.
that's it. And the guy who won it was so nice and genuine, and he was like, look, these aren't the armies I collect. I never thought I'd win. I just thought someone shared it with me.
Yeah,
I'll enter it. But I am in a community group, so anything I don't use, I'm going to share with my community group. And I thought,
that's amazing.
that's fantastic. That's really, really
That's
great,
the
and
kind of
could
person
actually,
you want to win, don't
it
you?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I could have very easily had an absolute dick
Like
win
me.
that competition, like
Yay, I
emailing me every
won.
week.
More
Where is
stuff.
it? Where is it? Why is it not here yet? And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. Why isn't it here already so I can add it to my pile of shame? God damn it.
yeah, exactly. So, and no, that was really nice. That was really good. So, no, thank you. I do appreciate that, and we'll keep it coming. And we've got more to come um, in the coming weeks. And I think the thing is, I'm genuinely scared. Like, I started with a blog that had, I think I counted it the other day. It was the first year I had 52,000 views in the year, and I was like really impressed with that. Then
That is immense.
Conquest came out. I released that, and we had over 500,000 the next year. And I think
Christ.
already this year, let me just quickly look at it because I forgot and I'm dumb. So this year already, views on the website, and this is mostly Imperium, we've had 1.77 million views
Whoa.
on the website already. So we'll hit 2 million views this year at
And
that rate. And
there's me being happy that I'm like a couple of hundred views away from hitting the 100,000 view mark. Like I'm like 3 years in the pipeline, and I'm finally getting to that. And as you,
No,
I only got 1.7 million views. It's not
I never said anything. Like, I'm genuinely humbled by it, and it's like, I want to say, I'm glad, and it makes me feel that the content's good. But I'm a realist. I know the content isn't good. It's just the only place that it exists.
Oh, the content is great, mate, and you try and be as informative as possible, and some people might complain it's a bit of waffle just so you can cram more adverts in, but the reality of it is some of it does need some double back work, where you say, actually, this has all been discussed before, here are the links to it, let's try and move on, this is all the information you need in this article, here you go, and that will take some bit.
That's what I aim to do. And as for ads, like, our ads are the same. We've got an ad section at the top of every page, an ad section at the bottom, and I think the only one where we've got more is Imperium, where we have it every 10 issues.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it's the same. So it's not more ad space. It takes me longer. It takes me forever to make a point, which is why the articles are so long. But
my glue is not working.
How does glue not work?
Because it's stuck in the tube. I know. I just saw that one as well. Wait, who's that? Cold de Polis. Sorry, I wanted to subscribe, but you're so boring. I'm sorry. That's okay, mate. I'm not for everyone. But thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to throw that in the chat.
All feedback's good feedback. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
it. Lupus Canis coming in with the don't let the door hit you. Well, just not this one because it's a bit wonky apparently.
Wait. Right, now read Mark's comment.
Which one was it? What? If I visit an individual's website, I always click one of them.
Yeah, go on, down, bottom. Oh. The one after Lupus is
coming. Oh, then get some Tamiya glue. Oh, with the fucking brush. No, Games Workshop used to have glue with brushes, and it was wank.
It was wank because it had a big fat brush, right? Yeah. What would you rather glue something with? A tiny little a tube where it goes everywhere, or hang on, I need to get my face out of focus, or that a tiny little brush? It's perfect.
I don't know. Different sizes for different folks, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, in the same vein, when people say, "Let's agree to disagree. Let's go down that route. Let's both agree that you're wrong."
Yeah. Let's just agree that I'm wrong about you being right.
I've got to come back to that because I'm lost.
Oh, where's my lighter? Oh man, my lighter's gone. Oh no, there it is. Right, kids, if you're watching, don't do this at home. I mean, but
Oh, I need my lighter. Oh no, I don't, because it's on a little brush.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like when I stop having this bloody plastic glue, then maybe I might get Tamiya pot. But I've got like half a dozen of these bloody pots from the magazines, so I need to use them up.
Here's a tip: buy yourself one Tamiya pot, and when it runs out, fill it with the Games Workshop pots.
Ooh.
There we go.
You're so smart and wise. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Blue friend.
Yeah, but then you don't get to do the fire and a little.
Oh, you can set fire to. You can set fire to loads of stuff. You don't need glue for fire.
Yeah, but you don't get the little poof poof poof, and then like 5 minutes later, the little black strands just falling down randomly. It's good fun.
To each their own. To each their own.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
just me
agree
living
with
in
one of your
denial.
fans in the chat.
But I'm happy to admit that. I What we got? The content is great. The Mortal Realms updates were brilliant. Would like to see more info about which issues of Imperium we should get multiple issues of. Well, I mean, we can easily tell. It depends on how you want to build your collection. But there are going to be issues like the little Mario Kart buggy. You might want to get a couple. That's definitely going to be in one issue. It's got to be.
Is it 2 sprues?
2 sprues, yeah, but I don't think they've done 2 sprues a few times with Mortal Realms.
Yeah, they broke the Necrons down. They broke the 10 Necron warriors down to 2 sprues. They're definitely breaking the buggy down.
Yeah, I suppose, but from a beginner's point of view, if you got 5 now and then 5 a week later, that gives you time to put those fiddly kits together and paint them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it all depends, and I'm sure it'll be like well into the 30s that they'll release that.
Oh yeah, Marnius Calgar, get multiples of him. Robo
Great for kit
Gulliman,
bashing.
multiples of him.
Yeah.
Wraith, get multiples of them, and issue 5, which you can't get because Forbidden Planet have sold out.
Yeah, well, I did warn everyone. I said I'm gonna put
Same.
that link up. You know, just pre-order away. So you know, if you missed out, you missed out. Sorry about that. But there's another one there. You got the Walker as well. I can't remember what it's called. But
Triarch Orca, the
yeah.
Triarch Stalker.
Triarch Stalker. You definitely want at least 2 of those because I believe, I'm not sure if they changed the rules since I last read them, like back in 6th edition. But the not the Tesseract, but the Tesla coil weaponry. I think they benefit from, like, you know, if something there was some special rule with that where if it had shot at something, it didn't have to hit or damage it. If it shot at something, then all Tesla weapons targeting that same unit got a buff or something. Like they did either extra damage or it was +1 to hit. I can't remember. It was years ago that I read it, but it was like whoo, and then it was like Tesla cannons all the way through for my Immortals.
Is that the command barge? You mean the big one?
No, not the command barge. It was the Triarch Stalker, definitely.
Okay.
I'm a bit. You're not getting a Ghost Arc in this, are we?
No, not that I've seen. Not in the set.
It's a shame because that would have been pretty cool. Definitely would have get a couple of those.
Well, at least not what I was able to discern from the big picture of the content.
Big old
anyway,
pick,
but,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a few things in it. I'll get multiples of flayed ones because one day they might actually be good. So you know, you never know. But yeah, I mean, it pick and choose what you feel. Definitely. If you want to start a sisters army or an admech army, you got some good units in that collection as well for them. What else we got? Turn the tube around and try again. Oh dear. No, I already did that, mate. So I ended up burning it. Burn it all. And then you know what? Like I've literally, this is all I've done. I've just glued the legs to a base and I've clipped out and neatened up the bits for one miniature, but I haven't glued any of it. And I actually just gave up and put the lid on because I've been having so much fun chatting to you. I get so easily distracted. It's really bad. I don't even know how I get videos out at all. I'll happily waste time down the rabbit hole of YouTube before I get round to start editing at like 12 at night, and the wife go, "Don't go to bed too late. You got to get up early, or you know I'm gonna just kick you out of bed early, and you have to deal with the kids as punishment." Yeah, it's worth it though for you guys. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, don't forget to do that. Big love to you all. So what have we got else? Yeah, more people just saying that about the glue. Also, Freak and I think you're a hilarious hobby personality. We can't wait to have you back. Who's that directed to? I know it's not to me.
It's not. It's definitely not to me.
No, it's no freaking way is that directed to me. My humor is drier than Gandhi's sandals, so definitely not for everyone. What we've got, the Mario Kart will definitely be 2 issues. I feel.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Mythos. We'll see. We'll see. I get to add more Necron Warriors. 172 already. Arif, what are you doing, mate? Who needs that many warriors?
100. This is almost like the guys who bought 50 copies of Mortal Realms issue
For
1.
no reason.
Feel like what is it? 10, 50,
Yeah,
like 500 chain rasps.
Targeting relay on the Stalker. If you target the same target, they get reroll 1s. There we go.
Hey.
For the Triax Stalker. Yes, they still do it. That's awesome because I built one years ago. Never painted it. I got in financial trouble just to not paint it. As we all do in this hobby, it's what it's all about. But God, no, that was 8 years ago, I think. Now, 8-9 years. I'm in it for the Necrons. Really, this is my first step into 40k. I am enjoying painting Space Marines though. Space Marines are great fun because you can. It's like sci-fi medieval armor, so you can do whatever you want with it, and they got big plain enough panels on them that you can get creative with. And then the Necrons are just quick to bash out if you want, or you can do them as detailed as you like. Those are the kind of armies where you can just. It's good for seasoned hobbyists and newbies alike because you can just, depending on how much work you want to do. 100 chainmail standard for Nighthawk, cheap cannon fodder. Not anymore. I got them when the Apocalypse formation was up to 200. Oh yeah, and you had the 3 monoliths. Remember back in the day when they did that massive Apocalypse campaign, and you could buy a box with 3 monoliths in it, and they've had a formation where as long as they were within so far between each other, everything behind it had a ward save, like a 4-up, I think it was.
That was insane. What was Apocalypse? Like, I don't play the game. Did you ever look into it? Like,
40k, but bring whatever big thing you got and as much of it as you can. And troops are just literally there to swarm the table. That was essentially it.
Lots of big hexagonal dice. I remember that. I remember going into Warhammer World, and it was the whole sort of like back wall as you walk into the entrance for about a month, and then that was it. You just don't really see it or hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like Warhammer for people who have more money than set. No, hang on, that's all of us. Warhammer for people who have more money than the rest of us, but still more money than sense.
Warhammer for people who want escapism but can't afford it. I think it's more it's more suitable. Sven, will Hachette sell all individual issues on their site? They only list 1 to 4 at the moment. That's because issue 5 is sold out already. They will most likely, when it gets closer to issue 3 or 4 being released officially, that they will then post issue 6 to 10. But probably by then, Fauxhammer might even know what up to issue 15 is. We never know.
Have we got that confirmed? Did they have issue 5 on their site? I know it's sold out at Forbidden Planet.
They did. They had the placements for it, just without the pictures.
Right. Okay.
And you could pre-order, and it lasted a couple of days, I think, and then it disappeared. Much like the later issues of Mortal Realms, they disappeared quite quickly.
You'll get it in your shops. Your best bet now is to go down to your local newsagent that sells it, not Tesco or Asda because they don't care, but a local newsagent that does part works, and beg for them to get you a copy.
Yeah, and they should be able to sort you out. 8 monoliths and a Tesseract vault. You mental, mate. Oh man, that's mental. The Tesseract vault. You know what? I always fancied getting one, but it looks so ridiculously oversized. I was like, how the hell do you get that in a box? And then at the time, they actually released a new monster box, wasn't it? And it was this huge square-shaped case. And I was like, forget that, man. That's just expense on expense. And when am I ever going to play a Tesseract vault? but I mean, you got a Satan shard out of it, so I don't know. Anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up there. I think you said you had to head off earlier, and
Yeah,
we overran
and
a
I
little
just
bit.
wondered if you needed me still when we were looking at that thing, but yeah, I was meant to be in bed 20 minutes ago, so I'm going to be in trouble. But remember,
Oh.
remember, guys, in this hobby, it's always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly. Well, that goes for everything, really.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got the first time I heard that, it was after a guy told me he did something very naughty to his partner, right? And I was like, shame, the
Yeah.
shame, mate.
Was it the sort of thing? Was it the sort of thing where sitting the next day was difficult?
No, because
Oh, that's.
that would definitely be naughty.
I was going to say that's a brave man then.
That's how one's thing gets snapped like a
Yeah,
twiglet.
I've never been that daring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyways, I want to say a massive thank you to our guest Ross Graham from Fauxhammer. All the links are in the description, so you can check out his blog and also the
thank you.
Discord server. And of course, right down at near the bottom of the description, I've got tons of Facebook groups. All the links to them, all opened and kind of not really run, but they're there, created by this chap, and they're full of fantastic people. He's managed to cultivate a really good, healthy community. So thank you for that,
Thank you.
and
At least you
also
don't be a dick and you won't
th-
get kicked.
thank you for giving me permission as well for to go on your website and say, look what this guy did all this hard work on.
You say that, and I know we're wrapping up, but and this is the bit where I'm a dick. I have actually gone and I posted to two YouTube channels this week, who have clearly done the same thing as you, and
Yeah.
not even had the common courtesy to give a mention or a shout out
Ah,
or a thank you. And it's like,
come
I
on.
get it, but come on, guys, it's a bit shitty, and I'm not doing it for that praise, but it's like when you're disguising content as your own. Like one of them was very much a this is what I think will come and and I'm like, hang on, whoa, you are literally just reading my article. That's not cool.
Yeah, I mean there is a little joke because like of badly timed content being posted, and our Chilling Wargamer network being a growing community of content creators, where a couple of times I've posted similar, not the same, but similar subjected content as someone else, and then like it's like, oh yeah, Kev's like taking notes and whatever, and it's a good laugh, right? But there are some people out there who are just completely blatant about it, and they're not even like apologetic about it,
Yeah.
and it spoils things. And especially when someone does all that hard work, like I can see that you go through a lot of hard work to get those articles out as soon as possible,
Well, you've
and
done it. You've been there
as
with me.
concisely as possible. And that's why I always came to you first. I was like, hey, look, is it all right if I will put the links in the description. I'll give you a shout out, and I'll do whatever I can to help push traffic towards you as well, because you're helping me out. So it's only fair that I help you out. It's a mutual thing.
Yeah, that's the thing with a hobby, It's like if you get, then give back. And it's like even today I
100.
posted three articles. One of them was about the collector coins, and
Mm,
somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh, you've missed one." I'm like, "Ah, crap." So, I updated the article, but I very much cited my source of saying this guy on Twitter, linked to him in his profile, corrected me. Thank you, great thing. And it's just one of those, give recognition where it's due. And I think
yeah.
that's one thing that I think's really helped me out. The opposite of that, though, is when people say, I've had trolls go, "Oh, he always takes things from others' websites to never like gives credit," and when people say that, oh, that riles me up. But I'm normally answering that very swiftly with, "Oh yeah, show me an example."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, by all means,
Yeah, it's a load of nonsense, especially now because you can actually say, look, I'm actually getting this information straight from Hashit. So
yeah,
go bugger yourselves, you cheeky
yeah,
bastards.
it's helpful.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry,
Anyways, so yeah,
digression.
do you want to do any shout outs or promo or whatever?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my parents for having me. My
Standard.
father, God rest his soul. If it's right or left or right, I'm not one of them. My wife. Thank you
Not
for
one of
always being
them.
there, for supporting me. And thanks to my girlfriend for just being the wonderful person you
Yeah, here.
are. But no, seriously, yeah, like shout outs. Obviously yourself, one of my most favorite YouTubers.
Ah, you just
The
saying that because you're on here.
True, yeah. Oh, wait till you see what I'd say on my channel. The mods in the group do a fantastic job.
They really do.
And then also, Fauxhammer's not just me. We did have a team of writers, but many of them have gone off to sort of do their own things, and just life got in the way. But there's also Rob, who is pretty much the main writer now. The guy's like lightning on a keyboard. He wrote like it'll take me a week to do a paint review, to write it up, like check it and retest it, and he's done 2 half reviews and a full Vallejo model color range. That's the big 170
I
odd
saw
paint
you
box
just
in a
posted that
day.
as well, yeah.
Like mad,
Yeah.
absolutely mad.
Well, I mean, if
So,
you're ever in a dire strait and you need just a quick article written up, I'm sure I could throw a few words together for you, help you out.
hey mate, you want to write shit? Write it. I'll post it.
Okay.
Same goes for anything. Anyone.
Hang on. Just because you say so, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to start right now.
Boom. The Hobby Corner is the best YouTube channel. The top 10 best YouTube channels for hobbyists and wargamers.
No, well, I just literally wrote shit, so I'm hoping you post it for me.
Oh, very good.
That's the humour that Mythos supposedly enjoys. So thank you very much. Yeah, you are a bit late, mate. I did change the time to 9, so it's a bit later. But yeah. But you can always watch back. So thank you again for popping by, mate. So Mr. Spud, who is the lead chap of the Chilean Wargamers. He's a top lad as well. He's a top lad. So yes, we were doing a little bye-bye, weren't we? So yeah, thank you so much, mate, for coming on the show. And yeah, like I'll happily have you come on again. Maybe we could do like a little catch-up thing, like how did we get on with the magazine so far and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, someone else to talk to about it. It's the one thing in this hobby that I do actually know.
Yes.
When it comes to the lore of the game or anything else, no idea whatsoever.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you ever need tech help as well, I will direct you to someone else.
I do. I'm gonna need it next
I know
week.
just enough to get a live show out, and half the time it still blows up in my face.
Oh no, mate! I spent 2.5 days on a video the other week. Uploaded it. I don't know why. I got this special thing called audio ducking. So as I speak, the background audio dips, and it sounded great. It sounded absolutely great on the preview. I exported it and gave it a quick flick through, and right up until about halfway through, it was fine. And then for the rest of it, I was completely drowned out by the background audio, even though it was.
Background
tried it 3
audio
times,
is
couldn't do it.
tough to beat. It really is. And now Spud is spamming his love. Stop spaffing in my chat, mate. Big love to you, buddy. Yeah, I don't say that to many Yorkshiremen, but he's an exception. You big ginger bearded bastard, I love ya.
Right, well, it sounds like you two need to get a room. So
no, because he's got a pug now, so it's not happening. Yeah, literally just got a pug.
Wait, aren't pugs expensive?
Pugs are the worst. Like not only because they look weird, but they also have lots of breathing problems and internal issues.
Wow,
you're in for an expensive ride, mate. So you should have just got a dog made of gold.
It's weird that a Yorkshireman spent money on something. Like, aren't they?
I know,
typically quite.
And one of the most expensive dogs to keep alive.
Must have nicked it.
Oh, that sounds dread. Big love to you, mate. So yeah, we're gonna round it off now. So as always, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and throw down a like as well. It really does help the channel out, helps us in the algorithm and get seen by more people, so we can share that love. Yeah, we're gonna have more special guests like this absolute babe next to me as well. So keep an eye out. I want to do them sort of every other week or at least once a month, so I can do my regular hobby stuff as well with you guys. And of course, don't forget to oh, Gina Hypersapien just checked in as well. Good day, mate. From down under. He must have just woken up.
What channel were you all watching before you joined this one? Like,
right, you know what I mean? They must have been on a hobby hangout or something, or they were gaming. I don't know. But he's an Aussie, so he's just woken up. But yeah, big love to you all. And yeah, as always, if you want to help support the channel, there are plenty of ways to do so. You got the Forbidden Planet affiliate link. Hit on that, get your pre-orders done for those issues, because when they're gone, you're not going to see them for months before they get back in stock, and sometimes they don't even get those fast selling issues back in stock. Like with the tank for Conquest, you couldn't get the full set of issues ever. So yeah, make sure you pre-order what you want before it sells out. For all other hobby stuff, go over to the the Element Games link. Make sure you put in the code as well. It's next to the link, so you get yourself bonus loyalty points as well. And of course, there is one more thing I should mention, which is the amazing chap who has. Actually, I've got to pop it here. Paste reference, because I don't want to get rid of your face, so I'm going to have it copied and pasted here. Oh, don't break on me now.
What we broke? Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, while in live stream trying to fit. Oh, forget it. Okay, there it is. It's there. It's there. Yay. Okay. Transition. Beautiful. Okay. So to the amazing, wonderful David Young, my first and only member of Buy Me a Coffee, where just for as little as £2 a month you can help support the channel, and of course it unlocks some amazing exclusives, and there's more brilliant content available to you if you go up the membership. We've got a £5 and a £10 step as well, so the link is down in the description below. Go check it out. You get like exclusive content, you get to see things earlier, I share more behind the scenes stuff with you guys, and you also get to vote on some of the content that gets shown on the live streams or even videos. So it's great stuff to get into. So there we go. Big love to you all. Thank you everyone so much. Thank you, Ross, as well, and especially everyone in the chat. Without you, this show wouldn't be here. So yeah, once again, I love you all. Thank you again for being here, and bye for now.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks
everyone.
Bye. And now I'm going to play one of my favourite tunes. I don't know if you can hear it actually.
I can't.
It's really loud in my ears. It's polka. It's just like my favourite way to end the show. Just thrown as a poker. And just with occasional bye. I always thrown in the monkey cheese. I know you can hear the music, Mark.